My father he worked for some university in Wisconsin. I can't remember exactly which one, but he didn't get his contract renewed. And so they were looking for jobs, and my mother had me, and then he got a job offer to move to Liverpool, England, teach at Lancaster University. And at the age of 6 weeks old, we moved into a house in England, Liverpool, and grew up there for 16 years. I had some rough personal issues that were going on. I just needed a fresh start, I needed something new, and luckily I have family that lives over here, and it was just like, great, let's try California and see how that takes me. I wanted to see the world. I got bored of Liverpool, and I was just so desperate to get home. I remember being really excited, truthfully, but then the initial shock of, fuck, I'm leaving my parents, and this is getting a little bit more surreal right now. And I remember that was the first time I was leaving the nest in essence. But my dad came with me for the flight over. I remember being when we had to check in, and then in the Manchester airport you have to walk up these steps, and that's security, and that's the last call. No one else was getting on the flight. Saying goodbye to my mum, that was pretty tough. I didn't cry, but I remember just being Jesus, am I ready for this kind of thing? I don't know where the world's gonna, how it's gonna go. Soccer or footy, it's always that's what I played back home in England. And then so of course that was the first thing my dad, he set up. The first thing, I think it was a lot down to him, that he was we're gonna get you playing for a team. It doesn't matter who, we'll just set you up with the closest team. You just get playing with that. Just so I thought it was, because I think he thought of it as a support group and a way to keep me busy. And it was just, and that's truthfully what it was. Before I even joined the high school, I had 20 friends on the team, and I had a decent support group. It was whatever happens, at least have those guys. And then it was, they were my support. That was what I would say, that soccer and footy was my support group when I first came over here. I think from my friends right now, there's maybe 10 that are in college right now and doing stuff, and they only just joined. They didn't go straight out of high school, so it was a different kind of atmosphere. Whereas a lot of my friends, their parents never went to college, didn't do any of this stuff. They were going to go into working class jobs, and then at Rio it's no, you're going to go to college, this is how you're going to go. And so there was a lot more pressure academically to do well, versus in my high school it was a lot more just fooling around. Truthfully, I was never meant to stay here. It was supposed to be a 4 or 5 months thing, and then we'll see what happens after that. And made it to Christmas, and didn't particularly do that well in school and whatnot, but I had a good time. I was I'd like to stay here. And then came into 1 year, and then it was okay, well, maybe you'll go to college. I would say there's still generally, at least throughout the world, there's always hostility to immigrants. But I guess for my big difference is that America was founded on immigrants and stuff. That's where you can find the hypocrisy in it. Whereas England's been attacked and pillaged and destroyed ever since its own existence. And so that's the big differences between the two. That one nation was founded on immigrants and the other one was kind of just constantly attacked. Everyone always looks at the negative impacts of immigration. They take our jobs, they're ruining our way of life and our culture, and they don't do anything but just take our money. They don't pay taxes. They do all these horrendous, terrible things. But alienating entire people and blaming immigrants for all the problems that other people have, I just think is unfair and unjust to those people who aren't doing this. And yes, there are going to be bad immigrants, and yes, there's going to be some issues with it and stuff like that. But let's look at the positive sides of immigration.
My name is Paul Geyer. I'm a British and an American citizen, and this is my story.